Hi, Godspeed. In this channel, I want to tell you that we can go to the stars. But now I'm treating like a false problem from physics. In this video, I'm treating dark matter by degrasse Tyson. Neil degrasse Tyson presents this. He did not invent this. He was talking and everybody talks about dark matter, but it's false. It's false. Dark matter does not exist, and not even dark energy. But if you want to understand dark matter, you must understand gravity. So I explaining to you gravity. First, you must listen what Neil deGrasse Tyson says for 1 minute, a single minute. But I will instruct you to hear this when he says that gravity is attraction three times in 1 minute. He says attracts, gravity is attraction, gravity is attraction, gravity is attraction. So you listen this and then you came back and I explained to you gravity, and for you to understand that he doesn't know what gravity is.
So here's how you actually measure the stuff. In a galaxy, which is the smallest aggregation of matter where dark matter manifests. So you look how fast it's rotating, and we know from laws of gravity, first laid down by Johannes Kepler and then enhanced and given further detail and deeper understanding by Isaac Newton. You write down these equations and say, oh, look how fast it's rotating. You invoke that rotation rate in the equation, and out the other side says how much gravity, how much mass should be there attracting you. And the more mass that's there, the faster we expect you to be orbiting. That kind of makes sense. So when you do this calculation on a galactic scale, we get vastly more mass attracting you than we actually can detect. I'm adding up stars, gas clouds, moons, planets, black holes. Add it all up. It's a fraction of what we know is attracting you in this orbit. And we cannot detect the rest. And so we hand it this title, dark matter.
So if you listened 1 minute, okay, maybe I put for you another time later in this video. So for you to understand dark matter, you must understand gravity. Gravity is not attraction. They say that dark matter is like a something that contra the gravity, contra gravity, like anti-gravity or something. If you have gravity, you have anti-gravity, so you have antimatter. And now I want to tell you that he is using wrong even the speech. Like I'm not English speaking guy, and I know that he speaks even bad. Like matter, he says dark matter, and everybody says dark matter. The Newton equation is force equal mass times acceleration. Matter is a philosophical concept. This is matter, this is matter, everything is matter. So what is dark matter? It is an antimatter to what? To what? So if you say dark mass, it seems to you that it is not important, but it is more important than you are believing. If you say anti-acceleration, anti-mass or anti-force, you understand that in logic you must put in the correct way the negation. What do you negate? What does negate anti-gravity or anti-mass? If you say antimatter, but what matter? You negate the whole formula like this, non-F equals mass times acceleration. So it is wrong and bad. This is a way where you go bad, like with words. But now let me explain to you that he says 3 times that gravity is attraction. Now let me explain to you that gravity is not attraction. Gravity is a force, a heating force. And I put to you Mike Tyson. He hits with a force. Newton did not knew another force, only of hitting. This is the only force of hitting, of impact. So Tyson hits that guy with a force. This is the force of impact. You see, mass, this mass, so not matter, this mass times the acceleration. You understand what it is? Or time the speed. What is the speed of this rock? If you understand the speed, like a car speed, and times the mass of the car or this, and you will find what is the force that will hit a car or a wall or something. So the speed of the car times the mass of the car. This is gravity. So explaining to Neil deGrasse Tyson, through Tyson, gravity is a force of impact. Like this Tyson boxer dude hits this another guy. So this is not attraction. It is not attraction between Mike Tyson and the other guy. Okay, it is hitting force. A hitting force. It is always a hitting force. A force that breaks something with mass. You break something with this force of Newton's force. Newton did not knew other force. So it is a breaking force. If you have the power to break this, you will break it with the force. You understand? If you have the power to break this, you will have the power to break it with the force. So this force has not an anti-force. What is the anti-force of breaking force or the hitting force? At Mike Tyson, when you block his fist, but when you break this with your, let's say you are this strong, you will crush this. What is the anti-force? To reject your force of crushing, or to reject or the force of that you break this spoon. And in this case, you understand that they are tricked. They believe that rocks fall towards the earth, like in popular science, like the earth attracts this rock. So they say that the gravity is attraction, but the gravity is not attraction. It is a force of impact. So now let me explain to you how gravity, like it is a force of impact, keeps the earth in orbit. For this, you must understand, you must watch another piece from this basketball guy that he spins the ball.
This is how you spin a ball on your finger.
So what does he do? He puts the ball on his hand and he hits the ball with a force, with his hand, and it is rotating. Imagine that instead of the ball of his hand, it is the earth. And something hits the ball of the earth with a force, with a hitting force, and it spins. It is not attraction anywhere. So gravity is not attraction. So you heard deGrasse Tyson saying 3 times that it is attraction. Okay, I put for you to watch another time. So listen carefully. 3 times he says that it is attraction.
So here's how you actually measure the stuff. In a galaxy, which is the smallest aggregation of matter where dark matter manifests. So you look how fast it's rotating, and we know from laws of gravity, first laid down by Johannes Kepler and then enhanced and given further detail and deeper understanding by Isaac Newton. You write down these equations and say, oh, look how fast it's rotating. You invoke that rotation rate in the equation, and out the other side says how much gravity, how much mass should be there attracting you. And the more mass that's there, the faster we expect you to be orbiting. That kind of makes sense. So when you do this calculation on a galactic scale, we get vastly more mass attracting you than we actually can detect. I'm adding up stars, gas clouds, moons, planets, black holes. Add it all up. It's a fraction of what we know is attracting you in this orbit. And we cannot detect the rest. And so we hand it this title, dark matter.
So it is not attraction, okay? Gravity is not attraction. In this you put G instead of F, G, a big G, and instead of acceleration you put small g, like it is a G of the specific acceleration of the each planet, of the each body, like a car. A car has one speed, another car, another speed, another car, another speed. This speed or this acceleration is G, like Mars has a speed, Venus has a speed, and this G entails the force of the acceleration of that planet. How you will understand this? Why this rock falls, and why the body has the power to press this table with the kilograms, like this is a scale, okay, a kilogram scale, like, you understand why does this rock pushes this table, like this tissue? If you consider this acceleration, Mars acceleration, Venus acceleration, is like my hand. So this tissue, if I accelerate, when I put some speed in my hand, this tissue will stick to my hand. I cannot do this quad right now because I'm feeling myself. But you see, this tissue, you can do this to understand. This tissue sticks to my hand due to acceleration. If you have a small scale on your hand, like this scale, okay, like a scale. If you have a kilogram scale on your hand, like this, okay, it is another scale. If you have a scale on your hand, you will know the mass, this mass. So that's why I told you matter, this mass, M, mass. This acceleration, this is, okay, this acceleration, if you have the speed of my hand, imprimes a force to this mass, and this mass responds in opposite direction with an equal force. This is what Newton said. This is why this rock pushes this table. And the table pushes the rock back. Any force has an equal and opposite force. So when Tyson hits that guy, the face of the guy hits the face with the equal and opposite force of the opposite vector. So for I accelerate my hand, the tissue sticks to my hand and it responds with the opposite force equal. So if my acceleration of the hand is let's say 1 meter per second, this tissue responds with 1 meter per second but with an opposite vector in opposite direction. So it is not attraction between my hand and like this, exactly like the Mike Tyson does not attract that guy. He hits him, and you heard Neil Tyson that it is attraction. It is not, okay? So in this way, the Earth moving and spinning has two trajectories, a rectilinear one like this and a circular one. And moving, so spinning and moving around the sun, and this has many vectors. A circular vector that it is the particular case of the force that is a rotation force like this, like a car wheel. So the force comports in the circular manner, and another force is when this rock makes like another circle, two circles like this and like this, because there are two forces. You can understand this from this boomerang I put to you.
Beautiful.
So the boomerang has two forces that are very important because it comports on axes different, x, y, z axis. So there could be three forces in one body at the same time. So this boomerang has two forces, a rectilinear one like this, so it means that it goes in a straight line, and a force that is a circular force like this, a circulating force. But the both forces are in the boomerang. But it is different. The force that it is going forward is smaller than the one that is circulating. So being smaller, it is consuming faster. So when this consumes, it is not consumed, so this brings it back. So in this way, the sinus in mathematics, it makes cosinus. So the guys throw the boomerang with the force identically like Mike Tyson. He's that guy with the force, because Newton did not knew another force than this.
Beautiful flight.
So the boomerang has two forces, hitting forces, and walks in a field. The field is the atmosphere field. The atmosphere being composed at one pressure atmosphere, oxygen, nitrogen atmosphere, is a symmetrical field like this, like if you want to make, there is a symmetrical field in a sense that it is, this force is homogeneous distribute to this field. So when the boomerang goes through this field, the boomerang hits the field, and the field of oxygen hits the boomerang. And this field, even being straight, makes the boomerang that to came back. You understand? So now this is not attraction. So now you understand that if you catch this boomerang and throw it again, you catch it and throw it at once, this is not having anything to do with attraction, okay? Correct?
Gotta say, I love it.
So it is wrong. Why this is important? You will understand that this is how they falsify the stars are produced. So this field, instead of oxygen, nitrogen field, you must think that this field, invisible field, is from gravity field, from force. And this force, it is a hitting force. This guy spins with the ball with the hand. He's the earth like this. He's the earth like this, and it gives the spin.
This is how you spin a ball with your finger.
And it makes it go around the sun. So this field is calculated by area. This is you must understand that this field, like in this spring, is calculated by area. If you take this spring, you know what forces are in this spring. There is an equal and opposite force. So I push on this, and that pushes on me. Or every piece on this material, there are forces like this and like this, like this and like this. And in this field is calculated what is the strength of hitting. Like Mike Tyson, he's that guy. It is calculated what is the force of hitting of the earth. Like this guy, the other guy hits the ball with the hand. It is calculated by area from Galileo Galilei. The acceleration 9.8 meters per second. I mean, in 1 second, you maybe all have cars. In 1 second, everybody on the earth, no matter the mass, make 10 meters in 1 second. All the bodies, no matter, even this one or this one. So this is from Galileo, because he cites Kepler and Galileo. So Galileo understood that everybody falls in 9 meter per second square. This is, and it is speeds up. So it speeds up like you put the acceleration. It speeds up towards the Earth. So faster and faster and faster. This is acceleration. There's not a constant speed, a speed up. So this is the acceleration, if you understand. So Newton says that because of this acceleration of Galileo, everybody has different mass. I mean, it will put it in a scale, and here it will be heavier down and much less heavier in the top of the mountain. This is the example from Newton's book, okay? So how all of this will attract to produce anti-gravity? How? So it is wrong, but I'm explaining to you science if you listen. If you do not have patience, you will listen one meeting on the internet and these guys falsify the entire science, okay? So gravity will not collapse anybody inwards. And if you do not have a body that rotates, you do not have gravity. The mass does not produce gravity by itself. So if you suspend this rock in space, this body has no gravity. Because gravity means to rotate. If this body has not an acceleration, has no gravity. So he cites clouds and things like this. He adds up clouds, he adds black holes, he adds everything. Clouds and stars that do not rotate do not have gravity. You understand? So I put to you in my last section another piece from a hitting ball, a ball of billiards. It is the same case. The ball of billiard has two cases. One of rectilineum, one of rotation. This rectilineum is consumed and this of rotation is gaining back. So you see it consumes and walks and gains back after in exactly this way, from this in exactly this way. So I explained to you science, okay? This is why you are tricked, and it is hard. And it is hard to understand. But if you do not have patience, you will be tricked by these guys all over the internet. So I made my duty to explain to you. Okay, even I'm not very good English speaker. I'm from European Union, okay, I'm from Romania. So it is not attraction, degrasse Tyson, but it is wrong, okay, it is more wrong than you are believing this science, because it is puts the brakes on the knowledge, on the humanity, okay? So that's why I started this channel. So the gravity, now if you consider the pendulum, you see, this inward force, they're equal and opposite forces always. So if you rotate a body, has a force that gives in exterior and one in interior. This that gives in interior is a perpendicular force, you see. This is because the earth is spinning and it walks around the sun. These two velocity produce a downward vector like this. It is a centripede and centrifugal force like this, one that gives in exterior and one that gives in interior towards the center. Equal. And when you compound the spinning of the earth and this, you obtain 9.8 meters per second square, the speed that any object will fall, the speed on earth, no matter the mass. So it is a perpendicular vector inwards because it is a centripede force that gives in interior, and this is making this to be perpendicular on the earth. And this acceleration in the pendulum case decelerates in this case like this, decelerates the body, it comes to a stop here and accelerates it downwards again, and you understand, decelerates and accelerates, but an earth is consumed. and will stop. With a rate of 9.8 meter per second square is consumed all the movement on Earth, because the Earth tends to bring everybody to its own acceleration. It is the bigger body, the Earth. It is the bigger body, like is the biggest, like all the mountains, the bigger body brings everybody to the same acceleration. Its acceleration, 9.8 meter per second. So this is the consuming factor of any speed of your car. If you let your car on the without gas and it has a speed, it will consume with 9.8 meter per second and will stop. So this could not produce dark energy, dark matter. This gravity, I will explain to you always, because this gravity, understanding the gravity, that it is a hitting force, an impact, a braking force, that you break something. This will you will be able to understand that this force could not be an attraction force, that the clouds could not collapse through gravity, because if you have no rotation, you have no gravity, an inward force, perpendicular inward force. So you must already have a rotational system to consider in some clouds. That he says. So he says that he sums the gravity of the clouds they do not have, and anybody, they were searching if the stars have spin. Our sun is spinning, but the stars do not. And they were searching this. And this way of speaking, it is not invented by Neil deGrasse Tyson. It is from 1915, but it is wrong. And if you understand, I present to you correct science. If you understand, this is compounding of the vectors from Newton book, and this is by area who knows physics understands that I am not wrong from the Newton book. I read Newton book. The modern guys tend to falsify even this, because if you disconsider the spring, the field it is exactly like the spring, but you do not see it, and has a quantity on area, because of Galileo has a quantity on area. So this quantity hits with different force on area. So here it's hitting a body with another force, is hitting with another force. So like I explained to you the gravity. And he says children's stories and attraction. This correct understanding of the gravity, you will understand that black holes are false, that the stars could not form through gravity, that the planets are not formed through gravity, but they are formed in another manner. So that's why I started this channel. I discovered the right distance towards the stars, and it was futile for me to make this explanation, but nobody will believe me, and I don't want nothing. I want money. I don't want nothing. Okay, so even though I will deserve, because I discover many things. Okay, I said good stuff. I said to you, I say, okay, like I say good stuff, and they are lying, and you are having the wrong impression that that's the good stuff. I'm telling you that we can colonize the planets and we can reach the stars, and they are lying with false decencies, with false science. And you'll all over on the internet, you will not came across more exactly explained physics than this. Okay, so maybe you excuse my vocabulary in this video. Other times I speak more fluent and more correctly, but depends on the spirit of the moment. You will combine everything, the billiard ball that and that guy that is spinning with the force, and Mike Tyson with the force, and you will understand that it's a field that varies with distance, and this field hits the earth and will maintaining the sinus will make cosinus. So this will not produce in a millennium dark matter. You understand? Because you must deny something that I said. What you will deny to make anti-dark? And why does this is white? Why this is white and the other one is black white? So what do you put black here? Black force, black mass, black acceleration. What? So what? Can you have a black speed? Can you have a black speed? Can you have, but not like that runner on 100 million runner. Can you have a black speed? You cannot have a black speed. So we cannot have a black matter. Can you have a black mass? Can you have a black mass? No, you cannot have a black mass. So you cannot have black matter. What is black mass? If the mass is defined by force and by speed. So can you have a black force? No. So you cannot have a black matter. So I've told you, black matter was invented by Paul Dirac. Like on paper, you put 1 and minus 1. You put 2 minus 2. You put 3 minus 3. Everything in the 50s got it like antiparticle and antimatter like this. But it is wrong science, dude. This is wrong science. You understand or not? I'm saying like maybe I will duplicate this video. I'll make another one. It is a longer video. Hope you watch it. So I'm saying like minty science. God bless. Dark matter does not exist. And guys like this don't understand in the correct way physics. Goodbye.